everyone. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Waiting for Spring. This is going to be an overall series review for the delightful manga Waiting for Spring by Anashin. I was so excited to finally get to this final volume. I feel like I've been waiting for this final volume forever, which is how I ended up with like 3 copies of volume 13. But now 14 finally out. And I will say also that the biggest chunk of the story is actually done by volume 13. Volume 14 mostly has like, I don't want to call them they're side characters. It has like the final 2 side characters kind of story, and then also another character that I don't want to call a side character, but a little bit of their story after the events. And so, I don't know, the main events of the story, though, are over in volume 13. So if you've read 13, that's essentially the end. There are some stuff that happens in this volume, though, so definitely pick it up if you've been reading Waiting for Spring. But if you haven't read Waiting for Spring, I think that you should. So I'm going to go over the main story, and then we'll move on with our lives. So Waiting for Spring is a shoujo manga that centers around a high school basketball team. Sort of. It really centers around our female lead, Mizuki. And Mizuki is a shy and soft-spoken girl we meet in volume 1, and she has always had difficulty making friends because of her shyness. And she feels really bad about that. She wants to make friends. She wants to change her life. And she's hoping that she can at last change this and make more friends. And in her thinking about this, she reflects back on her past, where when she was very small and crying, she made friends with a girl named Aya, who Mitsuki just believed that she was everything. Like, she was talented, she was brave, she was attractive, just everything. Mizuki just looked up to Aya so much. And so Mizuki decides to try her best and be more like Aya. And, you know, through a series of events, Mizuki ends up befriending the basketball team. And on the basketball team, we meet the guys, which you can see here on the cover, but I'll open it up. Not this one. But you you have Towa, and you have Ryuji, and you have Kyosuke, and you have Rui. I'm trying to cover any spoilers on this side, so that's why my hand's there. So you meet those members of the basketball team, and then you just see Mizuki's relationship develop with these guys. And just her kind of coming out of her shell and making friends. And she does make other friends along the way. We also see her, which is kind of also inspires her friendship. She does have a job at a little cafe where she meets her coworker, Nana, who also becomes a friend of hers, and a potential love interest for one of the boys. But of course, in true shoujo manga style, one of the biggest things here is that the members of the basketball team are not allowed to date anyone. I don't know why that's always a thing, or if that is a thing. If anybody knows if that's a thing, where you're told you can't date anyone, please let me know. And so for Mizuki, in some ways, this is kind of good because she's on an even playing field, because nobody can date the basketball players. But at the same time, she's torn, because as she meets with them and interacts with them, she's really drawn to Towa, who is also her classmate in the center. He's a fun character. He's kind of like stoic and airheaded, but not dumb. I don't know. He's cute. I like Towa. And their relationship is very sweet and innocent, and it develops in this really sweet way. And they're great friends. And, you know, the other boys as well, just seeing her kind of open up and become friends. It's lovely. It's a lovely shoujo. Beautiful character design and art. I love it. But there's also the surprise return of Aya. And this happens very early on, so I don't think it's a huge spoiler. It's one of the main triggers of the series, and sets up, you know, love rivalry thing. The big reveal is that Aya was not a girl ever, that Aya was always a boy, and that Aya is also a basketball player and becomes one of the rival teams for their high school. And that's Aya right there. So I didn't want to spoil it at that time until I was talking. But, you know, when Aya was younger, because of the long hair and everything, Mizuki just assumed that her friend Aya was a girl. But Aya was never a girl. Aya was always a boy. And Aya had a bit of a crush on Mizuki. And so you also get to see, like, their relationship play out and everything there. And it's also sweet and a little bit, you know, emotional. And I like it. I liked it. I almost want like a later spin-off to see more. But you know what? I'm also good at saying goodbye here. But again, also in true shoujo fashion, there are the main love stories that occur, but then, you know, you don't want to leave somebody's favorite side character out. So there are some stories that deal with the other characters and potential love interest there. And yeah, a lot of that is what takes place in this volume. But it was good. It was sweet. Overall, the series is good and it's sweet. It's just one of those fluffy reads that, you know, isn't necessarily changing your mindset on any big issue. It's just nice to read. It's a sweet story. It's sweet to see people developing feelings, and I don't just mean love interests. I mean like those friendships and those bonds that are important. You know, seeing somebody come out of their shell and branch out and make friends. Like there's just something very sweet and heartwarming about that. And when that main character in the story gets to hear back that their lives are having an impact on other people, like it's just nice. It's just nice to read stories like that every once in a while. And that's really what Waiting for Spring does. It's just nice. And just look at those cute characters. Honestly, some of like the cutest character design, I don't know. I just liked it a lot. I don't know if Anashin has made any other works that have been released, or if maybe we'll see something in the future. I'd be up for checking out any future work because I did enjoy the story and I enjoyed the artwork, and I would be interested in seeing any other work by the creator. So I was just trying to make sure in the back. Maybe it doesn't. A lot of times in manga, there's like the little about the author page. This one doesn't have it. I was trying to see if there was any other details. Like sometimes it even has like other works, but I don't see one in here. So I'll just have to look it up online later. But again, I would be willing to check out any other work by Anashin. And yeah, good job, Kodansha. I've loved a lot of the comics that Kodansha has been releasing, so also, I guess, stay up to date with Kodansha Publishing because the Kodansha comics are pretty good. Yeah, if you'd like to check out Waiting for Spring, look it up because it's so good. Again, I will advocate for checking out manga from the library. See if your library offers manga and if they have Waiting for Spring. If they don't, most libraries do take recommendations. So if it's something that you really want to read, you can probably recommend that they purchase the title. And depending on budgets, because right now it's a little tight for all of us, they might be able to pick it up and have it there at their library. Yeah. And if you can afford it, of course, you might want to invest in it if you really like shoujo, and especially ones that are more relationship fiction, interpersonal relationships. That's really what Waiting for Spring is. If you like sports in your manga, they do play basketball. They do attend basketball games, so you'll see some basketball in here. It's really fun. This is more like how I take my sports. is through manga. I'm not like a huge sports enthusiast, but I don't mind if it's in manga and has good characters. Anime too. That's good too. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Until next time. Bye.